All right, hello everybody. Unfortunately, the Raiders did not want to show me any love today. So as much as I wanted to do that stream, it's not going to happen. So I did want to at least get some of my 2 cents in on this new update. Maybe that'll help some of you, but there's two things. There's the recycler and then there's the skills when you go grinding. So I'll start with the recycler. And basically what I want to say about this is what you should be focusing on, and other people have talked about this, is just electronics. Don't worry about everything else. And what I would suggest is the two things that you should be putting in here. You should be putting in these antennas, and you should be putting in flashlights, assuming you have, a decent amount of them. You should be using these when you have time to monitor the game. If you can come back every half an hour and put a new one of these in, that's what you should be putting in, because they give a lot of points, and you'll be able to level up very quickly with these. If it's going to be a long time between your ability to play the game, like you're about to go to bed, you're going to work, or whatever it is, then you should put in the stack of flashlights. Both of these things give you very crappy rewards. So they're perfect for using to build up to the point where you can then use the better items that will actually give you electronic circuits and steel and all that. So I would save things like your batteries and all that kind of stuff for when you get higher percentages for that. And focus on using these antennas and the flashlights and anything else similar to that. But that's the two methods. It just depends on how much time you have to monitor the game. So right now, I'm about to go do something for an hour, so I'm going to throw one of those in before I go to bed. I'll throw in a stack of flashlights. So that's pretty much it on how that works. I already kind of talked about the engine parts, and let me head on out here. If you're out there grinding, getting your skills, you're going to find those antenna dishes pretty easily. I keep finding them. I'm so used to like tossing those out, and I've got a stockpile of them already, but now I'm just going to keep hoarding those, and that'll be the number one thing I'll use when I have time to play. Now, as far as these skills, a lot of these are pretty cool. Obviously these ones here, the sprint and all that, are going to be hard to get. The number one I'd love to get, and the one I tried the hardest at, was of course the extra pocket. This is pretty much going to be the new gas tank, I would say. I really dislike the way Kafir designs all this stuff with the luck, and it's just they do a really poor job, and they force people into cheating, basically doing clear data and whatnot. And it's hard to blame people for doing that, but they should design a game where number one, you can't cheat, and number two, people shouldn't feel the need to just to get things. I mean, this is like a really long-term goal to actually get this. So I'll just show you what I've got, and basically I've gone many times, and I've got five level ups here, and I'm at the point now where it's very difficult to level up anymore. Every time you level up, it takes an extra hit or so on a tree or a rock in order to level up, and once you get up to the point where it's around 10, it becomes a real pain. And so what I would recommend you do is go to all these places right away and build up 4 or 5 levels, and then pretty much call it a day on making that a big priority. Because after that point, it's a real tedious grind, and just your normal gameplay will get you there eventually. So go to all of these first and get that little bit of boost that you can in your game right away, and after that, just don't stress out about it. You're going to get it eventually. The only place I haven't gone is up north here. I probably won't do that for a few days, but here and in the orange one, yellow orange one, whatever, I found engine crates. I don't know if you're more likely to get them there than anywhere else, but I got one in the red, and then I went right next door to the yellow and got another one. Obviously, you can only take one home, but that's you know, where I've found them. I assume you can get them, you know, over here as well, but I don't know that for sure. Obviously, if you don't have a chopper, you're not going to be able to do anything with it, so that kind of sucks. But engine crates are really awesome for getting a lot of points in just an hour and a half. So yeah, so I'll just show you what I got, and that's about all the time I have. I gotta get going, but so I got focused 3% more likely. So each time I got 1%. Sometimes you get 1%, sometimes you get more. I don't know if it's a fixed thing. 2% more on your health, and 2% on the iron. The iron one's kind of crappy. The forest location, you know, when you have a chopper, you already get this. 3% less walk time for walker. 3% dog breeder, which that one's kind of nice. I mean, the percentages are so small, I don't know if it makes much of a difference at all, but you know, any little bit helps. And 2%, so just getting one on that gave me 2% chance for the extra pine tree. That's also one I couldn't really care much about. I've only done one raid, so I got this one, which is raiders are 2% more likely to show you a base with lots of loot. That one's awesome. This one is the only one out of all these skills I do not want, and I hope to God I don't get it. But Camouflage Master, other survivors are less likely to discover your base. That is not what I want. I want to be raided as often as possible, so I'm real scared of getting more of that, or any of that. And on this one here, you can go to these bases and just knock down walls and stuff. That's what I did. I didn't quite get enough points on my first raid to get it, so I went over there and knocked down a few walls. Over here at the bunkers, I got this one, and this is one I could care less about at the moment. I mean, 5% better on the gases. Oops. Where that came from. 5% on the gases. I never go in that gas room, but eventually in level 5 or 6 of this bunker, or sometime down the future, we might encounter more of this, so that might not be a bad thing to have. And as far as this place, I got Quick Step, which is, you know, like the walker one, so walking across the map 3% less time. That's not a big deal, but a lot of these are really good, and I'm looking forward to getting them eventually. The one thing though is about the oak area is right away it takes like 12 hits to get a single percentage point. So it took me a long time just to get one level up here, and that kind of stinks, but apparently there's a reason for the way they did that. So I'll be going up there not too often, because it's going to be a big chore and I don't really need oak. So okay guys, I hope that helps, and I've got that special trick I want to show in the raid, so that probably won't be on a stream, but I'll try to get you that sometime this weekend in a regular video. All right, bye-bye.